Yahoo! Welcome, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to the Aquarian Adepts, my platform to become your spiritual server. And welcome, Leo Sun, Leo Moon, and Leo Rising, for anybody who just wants to chill out with the Leo tribe, for part 1 of your July 2018 report. Thank you so much for joining me on this video. Today we're really just going to be drawing cards, and of course I'll talk a bit about astrology, but mostly just going to be channeling based off of the cards that I pull. So we're going to be drawing from these my Shadowscapes tarot deck. We also have the Sacred Travelers Oracle deck, and then I'll be drawing a color healing card as well. So, man, powerful month we have. Arguably one of the most powerful of the year. July is going to be a month where we see 2 major eclipses. We have Chiron, which just went retrograde. We have Jupiter, which goes direct. And then we have a Mercury retrograde at the end of the month. Think of it as a spiritual adjustment bureau. That's what I've been telling all the signs. And I will be making an eclipse video after I finish all these. The first card that actually popped out was the Ace of Wands. This is awesome. This is you really feeling your fire. This is really you igniting passion within your heart. And you rule the heart, Leo, so this is really nice. This is good because it's like maybe you have been feeling that you haven't, maybe you haven't been necessarily feeling yourself. Maybe you haven't been feeling your spotlight self, you know. And it's not so much that, you know, you naturally kind of gravitate to the spotlight, right? Scorpio, Leo. So this is awesome, you know. Getting the Ace of Wands here, just kind of popping out already right off the bat, just letting you know that this is going to be a very powerful month of you really getting your fire back. I really feel like it definitely starts with this new Moon Solar Eclipse that is occurring in Cancer at 20 degrees. This happens to be in your 12th house. It will also be opposing Pluto retrograde in Capricorn, your 6th house. So this is going to be really powerful because this is along this spiritual axis in the zodiac for you. So this is going to be definitely, especially for you, a spiritual adjustment bureau. Or it's like the other analogy that I've been using is like going to like a spiritual chiropractor and having the kinks within our kundalini, you know, fixed and worked out so the kundalini energy can rise and flow better throughout the body. So this Ace of Wands is definitely going to be giving you a spark. It's going to be literally giving you a wand that you can go and begin to create and bring forth these passions and bring forth your heart. Interesting thing though, you know, the North Node is still in your sign. We do have Venus, which is still in your sign, at least for the first, I guess like week and a half or so of the month. Then it'll be slipping into Virgo. We also have Mercury, which will come into your sign, and it will also retrograde in your sign. So this is really about you establishing a better communication with your own heart and really with who you are and yourself. Of course, you have to remember that, you know, towards the end of the month, the sun will be coming into your sign, so it'll be your birthday period. So this is definitely going to be a very powerful month for you because you're going to be, you kind of have to go through this spiritual deep cleanse with the new Moon Solar Eclipse. But by the time we get to the lunar eclipse, and by that time the sun will be in your sign, you'll then at that point feel this rebirth. It'll be like your phoenix. It's your phoenix period when the sun comes into your sign. So let's see what else we have going on for you all. That card kind of pops. It was the only card out of that bunch that was upright, which is the Four of Cups. Okay, so let's see what else is going on. So it seems like you're mulling over something. Like you're being offered an opportunity by the universe, but you're kind of like lost in thought. You're kind of lost in your emotions. You kind of wondering like, oh, what is life? You know, sitting under the tree, maybe unaware of the beautiful opportunities that are being presented to you, looking at your reflection in the pool, trying to figure out what life is, where you're heading, where you're going. Let's see what else we got going on here. Alright. Interesting. That card, I put it down and it like shifted perpendicular. That's kind of interesting. So we have the Two of Wands, right? And the card that kind of shifted was the Page of Swords. Interesting. All right, so there definitely could be an air sign this week or this month, either a Gemini, a Libra, or Aquarius. I'm feeling more Gemini, maybe even a Libra. But there could be an air sign that is going to be somewhat, I guess they're going to be presenting you this opportunity, and you're going to be kind of mulling over and kind of like this mermaid here, kind of looking at your reflection in the water and wondering, it's like, oh, what's life? What am I going to do? Where do I go? You know, kind of unaware of all the blessings that you're being showered with. I think this Page of Swords is going to kind of be coming to you, and they're going to be like, bro, yo, bro, sis, you are a Leo. Why aren't you shining your light? Why aren't you just in that radiance and that exuberance that you naturally are? And I think it's because you've been kind of mulling over this decision on where to go in your life. You have the Two of Wands. So I think what's happening here is I don't think the Page of Swords is going to tell you which way to go. I think the Page of Swords is going to kind of snap you out of your daydream. Because the Four of Cups is really kind of like the daydream card. It's kind of like, it's sort of in many ways, I actually saw Aquarius Roberts say this, which was a pretty cool analogy. How the Four of Cups is the night after, or the morning after you've done some drinking, and it's like you're like hungover, or you're like, oh my gosh, dude, that was a wild party. I don't know if I'll do that again. So maybe that's kind of where you're at. It's going to be kind of like you've been celebrating, and then it's like the morning after, and now you're like, okay, now what? You're kind of energy depleted. This Page of Swords is going to kind of come up, and maybe they kind of want to go at it again, and you're going to be like, I don't know if I can go multiple nights in a row. But then you have this Two of Wands here, so I really what I think this is that this person's going to be like, yo, like the party doesn't really start until you walk in. I mean, it really doesn't. The party don't start till I walk in. You know, like that is you. That is you, Leo. Because think about it. I mean, yeah, I guess stuff happens at night, and you have the moon, and we have nocturnal animals. But when the sun comes up, that's when all this liveliness, like it's really made apparent. So the party really doesn't start until you walk in. But maybe you've been kind of hermiting it up, you know? You've been kind of like not wanting to go out as much. You've been mulling over what direction to take in your life, right? Then this Page of Swords is going to kind of come and kind of snap you out of your daydream a bit. Let's see what else we got in store for my beautiful Leos. We have a couple of cards that just kind of flew open right there. That's the Five of Wands, so we have the Five of Wands and the Ten of Swords. So there's definitely some drama, but you're ending that drama, I feel. You've maybe have been caught up in some drama, and you're no stranger to drama. But it's like, maybe you've been caught up in that. We also have the Queen of Wands. I'm going to draw one more card. I'm going to kind of let it just come. Let's see, what else we got? Is the card going to fall out? Or, let's see. Okay, we'll do that one. We have the Three of Cups. So, maybe you did go to a party. Maybe you did go out and there was some drama that was started about you. Or maybe this is something that happened a while ago. And now it's like you've been kind of mulling over because you're feeling energy depleted because so many people are probably talking about you. Maybe you did something at this party. And I'm kind of speaking metaphorically here, although it can be literally. But I'm kind of speaking metaphorically where you have been caught up in some type of drama, some sort of pettiness, right? And you're going to nip that. I think it's nip that in the bud. Is that the technical? I've heard nip that in the butt and nip that in the bud. I'm pretty sure it's nip that in the bud. I think that's the actual saying. But you are going to put it into this drama because you're tired of people talking about you. And this is probably actually robbing you of your energy. This is probably the psychic attacks that you might have been feeling are probably people talking about, oh my gosh, he is so freaking extra. Oh my gosh, she thinks she's all that. I'm like, hello, I'm the sun. Like, Of course I am. That's what you're gonna be like, but it's almost like you've been dimming down your own light to make these other people feel better or something, or to like, so they can shine and stuff. Not that you don't want the other people to shine, but Leo, if you're not shining, who will? Right, think about that. I think it's cool how like, the interesting thing about Leo is that I like to think of it, and this is not the first time, and I'm not the one who coined this, but it's almost like all of the signs are Leo, but in a different expression. Because think about it, Leo rules the sun, but we all have a sun sign. So those of us who are Leo suns, I'm a Scorpio sun, but those of you who are Leo suns and you're ruled by the sun, it's like you are love incarnate on the earth. You are love incarnate. So it's like everyone, you're here to really integrate this message of what it means to love, or what is love. I think love may be different for everyone, but at its core, it's something that we are all connected to. And I think the interesting thing is that while we are coming into the age of Aquarius, know that it's also activating that Leo energy because it's on that axis. So yes, we're coming to the age of Aquarius. Right now the nodes are here, right? So it's like we're coming to that space where it's going to be a little bit more free, it's going to be liberation, it's going to be rebellion, it's going to be upheavals, there's going to be so many ingenious inventions that's going to really extend the quality of life on Earth. But since it's going to be on the axis of Leo, is it resonant with our hearts? Is that what our heart wants? I think these are going to be the challenges that we have in the age of Aquarius, where especially if those who incarnate as Leos, when the age of Aquarius is like really like in full swing, they really are going to be the individuals like, well, you have to follow your heart. And then, yeah, we can create a world that is great for everyone. But I think what's happening here is that there's been some drama and some people saying some stuff about you that you're just wanting to put to an end. You're going to bring this shit to a halt. You're going to nip it. And I think it's like, it's petty stuff. It's not even super big. We have the Queen of Wands here, so this can be you. This also could be an Aries or a Sag that plays a pretty significant role. This might be another Leo that might be even jealous of you. Interesting enough. But I also could see this as the divine feminine version of you. And it's like you are actually making the conscious decision to choose to receive better energy, to choose to receive your heart, because it's the queen, so it's the feminine receptive energy. So you've been receiving these interferences from other people and this static on what direction that you need to take, or maybe they don't understand the direction that you need to take. Maybe that's what's going on. Maybe it's you already made the decision of what way to go, and now it's like now that you're receiving all of this backlash, you're kind of wondering, you're like, after you're going down that road, you're receiving this backlash, you've taken a pit stop at this pond, and you're wondering if you should go back. You're wondering if you should go back to that fork in the road. Don't keep moving forward, because you're actually going to celebrate. This is a deeper celebration. It's not surface level like the Five of Wands. This is going to be a deeper spiritual satisfaction as you're going to come into this month. Okay, let's see what else we got going on, Leo. You would draw cards where it was almost like you got caught up in some weird drama and pettiness, but ultimately it's karmic, so it's going to appear as petty, but it's not really. But you almost have to just tune out the naysayers and just really believe in your own heart, believe in yourself. So let's see what else we got going on here. Okay. All of those cards just flew out. Let's see what we have here. Six of Pentacles. The Lovers. The King of Wands. The Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Wands. The Ace of Wands, the Four of Wands. Whoa, like so many court cards here. It's just like a movie, Leo. You are really just like in some sort of movie right now. This is all right. So let me kind of bring this full circle. All right, you made a decision. You're deciding to follow your heart. Some people don't get it. And it's like let's just say that you were this individual, you were at a party, you told everyone, like, yeah, I'm going to go for this, I'm going to make the decision, I'm going for it. It was kind of almost like your last night, it was like your last hoorah, right? Before going on into the path. You started going down this path, and then you started receiving interferences via these psychic connections that you still have with these other people, and they're sending these doubts your way. This is the Page of Swords, where it's like, and some of them are doubts and some of them are actually support, but a lot of it's like you having to sift through what is true and what is not true, and you're realizing that you're kind of caught up in some drama, you're caught up in some weird, your name has been coming up in a lot of people's words and conversations, and you're not being there, and you've been receiving this energy, and you've been wondering, it's like, yo, I want to celebrate, I want to be able to move forward because I feel like I'm moving in a positive direction. But it's like people can't get my fucking name out of their mouth. They won't leave me alone. So it's interesting. We have the Six of Pentacles because it's like you want to give back to the world. You want to give back to the world, but it's like you've been feeling a little bit energy depleted. You haven't been feeling, yourself. So you haven't been able to give back to the world as you really want to. We have the Lovers card here. So this could definitely, of course, be speaking of a soulmate connection. And I'm seeing that this person supports you. They understand. And it's also, whenever I see the Lovers card, it's not just a soulmate connection, but it's a connection that you have with yourself, I believe. And, like, I would even go as far as to say twin flame. But for me, twin flame is you. Like, the twin flame is, like, the other version of you. That's, and when I say that, I mean, like, how there are multiple dimensions, and how there's another you in that dimension that might be slightly different. That's your twin flame. I think soulmate are the connections that people are wanting, where they find that one person that that gets them, and it evolves. And it's not always easy. People think they want soulmate connections, but it's not always the easiest. People want Hollywood relationships, and they want them to work. They want them to desperately work, but they don't. But the Lovers card can be speaking of you falling back in love with yourself and loving yourself enough to where you don't have to receive that. You can actually set up mental barricades and blocks so you don't receive that information. Like I said, you're going to nip it in the bud with that Ten of Swords. We have the King of Wands. So this is you. You want to be the King of Wands. And the Queen of Wands is here too. So, it's like, when the Queen of Wands, like I said, is representing that receptive energy. The King of Wands represents that going for it energy. So it's like you want to start to receive better thoughts about your heart and your passions and where you're moving, and actually feel like you're moving in the right direction. You're wanting to receive that more. And when you receive that more and start to believe in yourself, start to fall back in love with yourself or rise in love with yourself, not only will you be able to you'll be able to give from your heart, because your cup will overflow it, and then with the King of Wands, you'll be able to go forth and actually manifest. Then we have the King of Pentacles energy, which is actually talking about bringing that manifestation and that power into the physical realm, to actually manifesting it into something physical, into something material. Then we have the Knight of Wands, which is almost going to be sort of like, it's in many ways, it's kind of like, it's almost like you're like going to the next level. It's like you're leveling up. It's almost like the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands are the divine feminine and the divine masculine energy, and you're almost, even though it hasn't come up, it's almost like you're like the Page of Wands, right? And you're being kind of guided through this process and guided through this story. And then when you begin to really accept who you are and believe in yourself and believe in your power and really radiate love and infinite exuberance and just shine your light and be unapologetically you will actually level up and become the Knight of Wands. Then look what came back up again. We have the Ace of Wands and we have the Page of Wands. So a lot of fire energy, right? Because we have the Two of Wands, the Five of Wands, the Queen of Wands, the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, the Ace of Wands, the Four of Wands. You are getting your firepower back, Leo. And it's kind of funny because this month is going to seem like a movie. It's going to seem like such a movie. And of course, a part of you almost, the Four of Cups part of you, almost wants to be in the crowd eating the popcorn and not actually in the movie. Part of you doesn't even want to be it, but you are the freaking main role. You are the lead character. So you have to embrace it. And maybe a part of you doesn't want to be the lead character, but you are the lead character. And it's going to bring you great joy, fun, and that's your natural position anyways, Leo. It's your natural position anyways. Golly, a lot of fire energy. Wow. Let's see what the Sacred Traveler Oracle card is for you. Can't make this up. Voyage of the Heart. Love flows through you and to you. Don't worry about what people are saying. They may not be able to get your name out of their mouth. You can shine your light so bright and just radiate so bright that whatever negativity they send at you psychically will just evaporate before it gets even within 100 yards of you or something like that. It'll just evaporate once it comes within the vicinity and this orb of your influence, which is actually increasing. It's expanding. So know that. Know that any doubts and fears or worries that people are projecting on you that they want you to have because they don't understand your path, they don't understand why you're following your heart, the voyage of the heart. Dude, love flows through you and to you. You are the sun. You are love incarnate. So just remember that. Remember that any of those negativities that you are feeling or the drama that people are throwing around towards you, know that that will evaporate. It can't even reach you. It's just the perception that it's reaching you. You're choosing to believe that it's reaching you, but it doesn't even reach you. It melts. It evaporates before it even reaches you. So just follow your heart, and you will be A-okay. Let's see what else we have. We'll see what your color card is, Leo. We have cyan as your color card, which is build your confidence. That's exactly what this is about. And it's kind of weird because it's kind of weird to say that, that Leo might have a confidence issue, but think about it. Think about like even the Wizard of Oz, how the lion didn't have any courage, which in many ways can be synonymous with confidence. Confidence is really what is built after, establishing oneself in a particular way, a particular craft over time. So it's almost like compounded courage, It's courage with interest. So confidence, this is really you trusting in your heart, trusting your gut, and then as you continue to move forward, and these fears and these worries and these doubts that people are tossing around at you, and as they just bounce off of you and melt and evaporate because they can't even reach you, you actually will start to build your confidence back up. You'll really start to feel it. This will also be a very good month for you to go swimming, or to really do some type of color therapy with blue. Actually, any of the signs, whatever color I drew for you, at some point in the month, do some type of color therapy with it. Maybe if you have like a phone or a laptop, change like the screen on it to that color, so that whenever you see it, it actually begins to program, that color's vibration into your awareness and your subconscious. So then you'll begin to heal. It actually will hyper manifest the healing. But this is going to be a month where you are really rebuilding your confidence. You really are believing in yourself again. By the time the sun comes into your sign, you are going to have the Phoenix period of a lifetime. That is it for your reading today, Leo. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I would really appreciate it. And if you'd like a personal reading with me, you can follow the link in the description below to theaquarianadepts.com. And always remember, my beautiful brothers and sisters, to keep moving forward, to stay focused, and Yahoo! Smile often. Ah!